Welcome to the Master Cars Pro channel. Today we will talk about the problems and weaknesses of this wonderful car. We are starting with the power units as usual. The Nissan X-Trail T30 powertrain line consists of two petrol aspirated engines, 2.0 QR20DE and 2.5 QR25DE at 280 horsepower 2.0 SR20 V8 turbo engine and a 2.2 YD22DD diesel engine. A common disadvantage of all internal combustion engines is the inefficiency of the coolant system, as well as the tendency of its parts to corrosion and liquid leaks. Gasoline engines do not differ in the reliability of the ignition coil and the intake system, which is endowed with corrosions prone to deraciation. When operating a car in regions with a harsh climate, the list is supplemented by engine subparts. Cars with a mileage of more than 150,000 km have malfunctions in the internal combustion engine control system, which accelerate the wear of the engine during cold starts. In the same run, it is possible to lose the tightness of the gas line sealing ring under the hood. As a result, fuel leaks appear near the quick-release connection. Gasoline engines, although there are representatives of the same series, have different cylinder blocks, camshafts, and auxiliary systems. If you choose between these engines better, give preference to a 2-liter unit, as it is less prone to overheating, so it has more resources. On the main problems of atmospheric internal combustion engines, it is necessary to highlight the timing drive, which is endowed with a weak chain. The signal for the need to check the condition of the chain will serve as an interruption in the operation of the engine, tripping and resurgent traction. Since there are no hydraulic compressors every 60–80,000 km, it is necessary to adjust the thermal gaps of the valves. Closer to 200,000 km, most basements have progressive oil burn caused by cooling, the occurrence of piston rings, and wear of oil-removing cups. Although not the most successful piston with thin rings and the oil drain designed exclusively for low-viscosity oils are used here, the fast shifter, thermostat, oil pump, valve cover gasket, and oil seals have small reserves. The turbo engine is characterized by good reliability and, unlike atmospheric internal combustion engines, has almost no problems with the coolant system and oil-burning oil. Also, a strong metal chain is used in the timing drive, with the reserves is about 250,000 km. However, not everything is as rosy as it may seem. Regular expensive maintenance and only good fuel are required. Also, cars with an engine was not bought for quiet trips to the country, which means it will not be easy to find a live copy. Among the weak points of the engine, we can distinguish the sensitivity of the turbine and the phase control system to the quality of lubrication, the short service life of the PXX and DMRV, the crankshaft oil seal, and the oil pressure sensor. The diesel engine has a reliable mechanical part, and the timing drive is endowed with a long lengthened two-rod chain. The main problems are caused by the use of domestic diesel fuel, which negatively affects the service life of fuel equipment. Also, sources of problems are the rare replacement of the fuel filter and dirt that accumulates over the years in the fuel tank. In cars of the first years of production, you need to carefully check the cylinder head for corrosion, cracks between the valve seats, and gas leaks into the coolant jacket. It is also worth highlighting the tendency to sour globe plugs, and they are fragile here. Otherwise, the engine is not bad with regular maintenance. It serves for a long time, about 350,000 km. You can choose from two types of gearboxes: 5-speed manual and automatic Jatco RE4F04B. The mechanics are very reliable, but due to age may require replacement of synchronizers or bearings. With age, the gear selection mechanism requires attention, in which the cables are stretched and the level high is loosened. For cars with a diesel engine, a 2-mass flywheel needs to be replaced by 200,000 km. The original clutch kit takes care of 140 140–160,000 kilometers on average. It is worth noting that it is almost impossible to check the condition of the clutch. With proper maintenance and the presence of an additional coolant radiator, a 4-speed automatic machine also serves for a long time. The main culprit of early failure of the gearbox and the clutch are the torque convector lock, the wear product of which are carried by oil through the box, polluting the solenoids and destroying the planetary transmission with a hydraulic unit. With regular maintenance, the first repair of the box will be required closer to 250,000 kilometers. Most of the T30 presented on the secondary market are equipped with an all-wheel drive system with an electromagnetic clutch in the rear axle drive. This transmission easily copes with overcoming small obstacles, but it is not suitable for conviction deep force, since the clutch painfully tolerates moisture and long-term slipper. During operation, it is recommended to flush the coupling every 50–60,000 kilometers to extend the service life of the electromagnet and bearings. It is necessary to monitor the condition of the anther joints, and after 150,000 kilometers, it will be useful to update the lubricant in them. Closer to 200,000 kilometers, replacement of the intermediate support of the drive shaft and cross pieces is required. The transfer case also serves for a long time, but if it is not periodically served, premature wear of shafts and bearing is possible. In general, the chassis can be called reliable, but there are a couple of features here. For example, on the rear axle, thin tubular levers are used, which are prone to corrosion and easily bend when in contact with pumps. In front, aluminium levels with not removable silent blocks are used, the replacement of which is not cheap, which is why the owners are experimenting with installing an analog, which negatively affects the resistors of the part. And the problem areas is to provide suspension strut mounts of shock absorbers that are long 100–150,000 kilometers, but if they are late to replace, there is a risk of damage to the ball body. You should also avoid installing spacers under the supports, and this negatively affects holding. Do not like experiments with tuning and hub bearings. When installing large diameter wheels go less than 100,000 kilometers. The remaining part can withstand 150–200,000 kilometers at the moderate loads. The most problematic place here is a rail, which painfully transfers the turns of the wheels on a stationary car and operation in severe frosts. It is also necessary to change the liquid at least once every 5–6 years, since not only the service life of the amphilizer pump, but also the rail depends on its purity. It is worth noting that the first knocks appear on the rail, you should not immediately carry it for repair, since in the initial stage of the problem you can limit yourself to pulling up. But the main thing here is not to overrate it. Things are not bad with the reliability of consumables. The quality of the paintwork is average, which is why many copies of some parts of the body were subjected to cosmetic repairs. Do not count on good corrosion resistance of the body, because there is no galvanizing. Rust appears more quickly in the places of damage to the LCP, on the hood, windshields, frame, front panels, seals, the bottom of the doors and rear wheel arches. Even though the interior is rustic and creaky, it would be wrong to call it low quality, since it practically does not cause problems. Among the disadvantages, we can distinguish very weak noise insulation, quickly soiling the fabric upholstery of the seats, and the mesh inserts of the dashboard. Not long retain the presentation of the steering wheel bride and leather upholstery. Quite weak, here are the clips for fixing decorative panels and the back shelf. Also, sources of noise are the sunroof, 13, and the front seats. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problems that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that will help viewers when choosing a car. I am done. Thank you all very much for your attention. I'm very grateful to you if you subscribe to this channel. See you soon.